Two, one. Welcome back, Goblin Chefs. I almost did my Galaxy of Heroes intro. That would have been awkward. So Tauna's here. This is the second time we're recording this. I'm sure you guys saw the Arnold video. All of my audio from every collab the entire week messed up. So I saw you 24 hours ago. Since then, I've traveled 4,000 miles across the country and back. I'm sunburnt. I'm tired. But content comes first, as you well know. Thank you for being here, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like, I've followed your stuff back when I was trying out Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes again, and it's awesome to be able to chat to you.
Awesome. So today's topic is going to be a pretty important one. As everyone knows, I'm going to play this game entirely free to play. I might have a second account that I may or may not use someone else's funds to do some wacky stuff with, but this account will be completely free to play. You've spent some money, so we're going to talk about pack value, the difference between free to play and pay to play. Is it a big benefit? All sorts of good stuff, because a lot of people are asking me, should I buy this pack? Should I buy that? Is it worth whaling? Is it not? Should I wait for the first legendary? We're going to go over all that today. So really quickly, just to preface this, how much would you say you've spent in the game so far since we have the wipe? And then reset all the
I'd
accounts?
say probably $300 US, maybe $350 US, somewhere
Okay.
around there. I don't
And
know.
of
I
the
don't keep
things
track of it
of the
enough.
things that you bought, of the things you bought, what would you say is the best value thing that you spent actual, cold hard cash on in this game?
So
Probably
during
not the
the
$100 pack.
no, I did not buy that. I'm not touching that at all. During the beta, I
Good.
bought some gems, and then they got like a 25% increase after they did the
Hmm.
reset. And I brought the Hobbit pack during the beta, so there was
Hmm.
converted into gems, and then I had like 20k gems or something when the game started, which was crazy good. Beyond
Hmm.
that, Helberard is probably the only other
Goat.
purchase that I don't regret. Maybe the
Did
Rohan
did they
bundle.
give you the $20 one or the $50 one? Because I've
You can
seen both of
you
them
can get
pop up.
both. You can get both. One's for completing 3-9 hard, I think it was, or 3-9 light. No, it must be 3-9 light. And then the other one's like day 4 of you logging in or something, like after your 4th daily reset or something that'll pop up. So I've bought
Okay.
both of those too. And
Got
investment
it.
into
Got it.
Halberard seems to be paying off so far.
Well, every time I close something in game and open it up, another typical CG passion, a pop up comes up telling me to buy something. I know you can't see my screen, but I'm literally inundated with options to buy stuff now. So let's start with the $20 Hobbit bundle. I don't have it up because I think it's only for like the first 2 days that you're playing the game or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
something like that.
Um, Most people say that it's great value as far as the shards are concerned. Obviously, hobbits are not exactly meta in the game right now. As someone who bought it, do you think it's going to pay off in the long run with a legendary coming to the game? Do you think it's going to be good for raids? Do you just
I
buy it
think
just
it'll
because
be
you wanted all
like
the shards?
I think it'll be good for something down the track. Like that's why I got it because I'm like, one, it saved me having to farm Pippin at the start, and two, just in case it's required for something. It was like an investment for the future kind of thing. Like it's doing nothing for me at the moment. Like and then eventually, it might pay off, but I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
skipping metas ahead potentially here and see if that kind of ends up working out for me in the favor, or wasted money or whatever. We'll see. It's really good
So you're
value
going to
for
have your
like crystals.
yeah, that's the thing is like it's so weird. It's like they gave you the most useless characters, but they gave you the best value. A classic CG,
Yeah.
mind fuck there, but um
uh
before we talk about the actual advantage of spending versus not spending in the arena and stuff like that, I think we have to preface with there are multiple bottlenecks in this game. There's a gold
yep.
bottleneck, there's an XP bottleneck, there's a crystal bottleneck, not like the gems, the premium currency. I mean like literally the luminous crystals and the shadow
Yeah.
crystals and stuff like that. So if you're spending money, you can obviously, like this pack right here, I'm showing the 29.99 Isengard Pride. It's going to give you 100 Ogolic shards and then 60 shadow crystals. Um, I mean,
Yeah. Like
this is more
anything
shadow
that's got
crystals than have hit my
crystals in it.
account.
Anything with
Go for it.
crystals in it is like that's going to be like one of the big differences. Like half the character bundles aren't worth it unless they've got like crystals to go alongside it, because the crystals is probably the I don't know, a draw for the biggest bottleneck besides gold.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was even looking at it and I was like, I don't care about 100 Ugluk shards. I don't
Yep.
even know Dunlending. Like, my lore is subpar, but I'm seeing 60 shadow crystals, 90 shadow crystals, and then I see something like the $20 like goblin pack, which gives you a base unlock of the recently nerfed
Mm.
goblins and then no crystals. I'm like, why would anyone ever buy that?
Yeah, it's
Like that
like
saves you what,
I hate that
one
one.
day of farming?
It's so bad, the Goblin one. I think the Goblin one's kind of like expecting people to be from the beta say, "Oh, goblins are great," or people go
Mm-hmm.
look at like outdated content and then they like look at it
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, goblins were great. Let me grab that," and then they just get absolutely fucking trashed in them in arena or whatever.
Yeah. Or people just like the goblins. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
personally
true.
sad that they gave Goblin Chef a name. I think that kind of draws away from the mystique. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like Cup, right? In
It's
Galaxy
revealed
Quest, like
who he
Cup is not a
is.
specific person. You know, it's
Mm,
like we can all be Cup, but now we can't all be Goblin Chef. Like I'm Goblin Ramsay, Goblin Master Chef, but
I
whoever this
think it's like
imposter is not the Goblin Chef that I want.
in Marvel Strike Force they had like minions like that where it's like they're just completely unnamed, like mercenary lieutenant and stuff, and people absolutely fucking hated it because it's like I'm
Really?
investing resources into this character that has no name, like, or anything. I don't know if it's like because of the lore or because of the fact they have no name or who knows. Like it's kind of a combination of both. But
See,
like if you've got like Waboot or something like that, then maybe people have some kind of attachment to the name of, I don't know, more attachment to a
I mean,
character
that's the
that has a
difference between
name rather than.
Swigo and MSF.
Mm,
MSF people hate the game. Swigo people hate
yep.
themselves. So we're more
Mm,
accepting of stupid shit.
true. It
So
doesn't surprise me, to be
I popped
honest.
open arena. I popped open arena and I'm in the death shard with Josie Wales and the people who are gonna spend more than I'll earn all year on the game in the first week. So
Yep.
no chance of me ever getting any arena crystals ever. But the difference between being free to play and pay to play in the arena, obviously a lot of that's coming down to, like we talked about, the crystals and stuff like that to get the gear. Some
Yep.
characters, I don't think we're at a point. I think we talked about this in your video, um, which I think is going to be funny because I'm going to be wearing two different shirts because these are filmed on two different days. Um, but in your video, we talked about, there's not really going to be a huge arena shakeup as far as squads until
Mm,
we get, the first legendary squad,
first
like the
legendary,
Lich
yeah.
King with other Nazgul or something like that, or we get a Gandalf to bring Road to Rivendell to something greater, whatever it might be, right?
Yep.
So I don't think
Yeah.
day one, week one, month one, there's going to be a massive advantage outside of the gear, and obviously the gear is going to be a huge point. But talk to me how you think it's not only right now because you're spending money, but also how you think it's going to progress as time goes on.
Well, at the moment, if character bundles, like besides Helberard, probably character bundles are not really going to get you far much further in arena unless they've got crystals in
Mm-hmm.
them. And the big difference is like between Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Strike Force, you can't buy gold. So that's going to be a bottleneck for everyone, whether you're spending on the game or not. I mean, you can technically buy gold in some of these bundles, but it's like, you know, 10,000 gold for this
10,000 golds
$100
in a
bundle.
$100 pack.
Yeah, like it's
Can you
nothing. Like
imagine
that.
someone so much money? They're just
If you're
buying a
buying
hundred
that
dollar
for the
pack just for
gold,
the
you've got
gold.
bigger issues. Like if you're buying
I
that
was
for the
gonna
gold,
say
then it's yeah. Um,
that would
like
be
it's
quite fitting.
not so much the characters so much at the moment that you're spending, it's the gear and the gold that you're spending towards. Like even like there's one bundle that pops up that's like Strider's gear or something. There's like enough gear to get Strider to gear 5. And that was like pretty decent value because
Interesting.
of the fact that it's just got all of that gear in it. But like in the arena at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, maybe crystals as well. Crystals? No. What are they called? Gems. The premium currency
Mm-hmm.
gems. Obviously spending on that's going to get you further ahead. Eventually, which is what we'll get to next, is that the spending is going to be a much bigger thing when you start getting to like legendaries popping up and stuff. Then
Mm-hmm.
because you've got legendary teams, like the team that goes around the legendary, and then the team that's required for the legendary as well, because it's Haradrim is data mine currently,
Mm-hmm.
and there's what 3 of those released so far,
It's gonna be the two
and
marquee characters. Yeah, I think it's gonna. I mean, just like MSF and Sugo, I think it's gonna ramp pretty quickly as
yeah,
for the haves and the haves-nots, which is totally normal for one of these games. Like I'm showing some arena footage right now where I'm running arguably a better synergistic comp than my opponent, but their gear levels are just slightly higher, and I'm getting
Yep.
absolutely trounced. Like, it's not that
Yeah,
the AI. I
gear,
mean, I'm not the smartest player,
gear,
but
and
it's not that the AI is a
levels as
genius.
well. Levels as well makes a big
Yeah,
difference.
true.
So like keeping your arena team up in levels. Like I did a an experiment, like we calculate it kind of thing, and looking at the characters, it's better to level them up and gear them up than actually get more shards for them, gold wise,
Mm,
because it costs so much gold to be able to take these guys up like star level. Like it's like 80k or something like that to take them
yeah,
up
something
to
ridiculous.
4 star. You shouldn't really be taking anyone above 3 star currently because it's just going to cost you so much gold. It's it's crazy, and you
Yeah,
can't
that's one of
buy
the
it. So
things that's
it's
so weird. Yeah, it's like they're giving you the ability to whale past like
yeah,
you can
like
out
I
whale
can.
the actual game, which is so weird.
Mm, yeah,
You'd think they
and
would just
there's
want
no
you to
way to
spend
be
as
able to
much money
keep
as
up with it. They
possible.
did have, and I know that you played during the beta, like gold chests that you could buy. Like you could go
Mm,
in and you could buy a chest worth of gold for gems, and it was like a chance of 1 million to 20,000 or something ridiculous like that. Marvel Strike Force have it with like
yeah.
gold orbs and what's the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes? It's like cards or something like that for credits. You can buy like credits for
Oh, you
crystal
talking about
for
credits? Yeah, just some. I
yeah
think
for
it's
gems or
guild
something.
currency or yeah, it's some. We
No,
have
you can
so
buy them
many
with like
currency. Like,
the I think you can buy them with the premium currency as well, like data cards. That's what it is. You can buy data cards of
oh,
things,
the
which means
the
you can
the data
buy it for
crons.
real money. Yeah. No,
Oh,
fuck, what's it called? You know when you go into the supply store in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and there's like different tabs up the top,
yeah.
and the second one's like
Yeah.
sup, uh currencies or something. I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
weekly
Anyway,
shipment.
no.
There's so
Oh
many. I
fuck.
mean, honestly,
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
I'm opening the
you
game. All
can
right.
you can
Okay.
buy them for the premium currency. You can buy, you know, credits directly for the premium currency.
Oh
Here you
shit.
can't do that. So, and you wouldn't suggest anyone does it anyway, except for the super whales. So the super whales can't even buy gold. And it used to be able to. Can't buy gold. It's just basically like most of the whaling's just going to come down to whenever that first legendary comes out, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe when the next marquee character comes out, when a new character comes out, if it's like Faramir or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden my last month of struggling in arena pays off because there's actually a Rangers team, or like the characters that actually
That's something
will
that we
will
talked
make.
about last time, right? It's like you
Yeah.
wailed for a team, but you didn't wail for the right team, and now you're like
Yeah,
regretting it.
I made a video about it today because I was thinking about it. And like, I made this video about Rangers really aren't great at the moment. I've spent money into this team and they just are really not doing well. And someone's like commented, "This is why you never chase the meta." I wasn't chasing the meta. I was just dicking around. And now I'm so far into this team that I just don't think I can successfully pivot away. So
Yeah, I
just kind
mean,
of,
something I heard from talking to some other content creators is there's no real point to take anything past like Gear 5 level 30,
yeah,
even like into the 40s and potentially theoretically into the 50s. And you just get everything to level 30, Gear 5 or whatever, and then whatever is the best arena team for you at that time, put all your investment there. But I mean,
yeah. Well, I
like
think you're best off investing in one shadow team and one light team.
that's what
And
I'm doing right now.
the whales have to do that. I have to do that. Like you have to do that. Free to play has to do that. Because there's just not enough resources to be able to do much. Until raids. I assume that raids are going to kind of, help alongside this.
I sure
I
hope
assume
so.
the initial kind of, balance for their economy is done with the raids in mind, given they're only 2 months, three
Well,
months away or something. Hopefully.
spoken like someone
Q3.
who doesn't know CG very well. We
I don't know. I know Marvel Strike Force. I try and be as optimistic as possible. So
we have no optimism around here. We expect only the worst because they can deliver
I
only the worst.
I think in the last week and a half, I've said how much I've hated Marvel Strike Force more than I've said in the last 5 years. So, um, yeah.
It's okay.
At least the game seems to be growing. That's a good start. Like the fourth arena shard opened up today. There was
Interesting.
like a day. There was like only a few hours between Arena Shard 2 and 3 opening up, and now it's like, I think it was like 12 hours between
How do
that
you
and then
actually check?
Arena
I've
4.
always wondered. How do you actually
People
check it?
on the lotr.gg website, people are like posting
Oh, okay.
um like their arena thing, and then they're like, "Oh, I've just got in, and now there's a new one. What's going on here?" So,
Yeah,
or
I
like
feel like you
they
should just
post
wait for
like the
one to
top.
like start and then just make a brand
Yeah.
new account, spend like $100, get the like 5 straight days of max crystal
Well,
payout.
people are like getting to level 19, hoarding all their gear and gold and freaking everything,
Yeah,
and energy and stuff. And then as soon as a new shard opens up, they'll just go in there and just blitz up to like, I don't know, level 25 or something like that. It depends on how much they've kind of hoarded. I
yeah.
mean, it was the same thing in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. People had like full on discords that were
Oh
like
yeah, for the horde
tracking,
accounts.
yeah, when things would open. And at least this time, the arena seems to open before the raids, because I don't think raids open until level 30.
Yeah,
So people aren't going to be able to, hoard full
horde the
seven
raids.
star
Yeah, full 7-star
Gandalf or
characters.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what was happening last time. They're like, people would come in with full 7-star Han Solos or something to a
Yeah,
new shard, and then it's like, yeah, okay.
max
And the
Jedi's.
hyperdrive bundle as well made a big difference about that,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because as soon as that came out, then people just buy the hyperdrive bundle and boom, they're
And you're
max
already
out.
top. Oh man, no, I'm actually kind of happy I'm in the really shitty shard because I think all of the other content creators in there. So I think like 5 years
Yeah.
from now, when I have a gigantic free to play account, I'll be able to fight them all and be great for YouTube content.
Well, it's also like the first shard's the one that's most likely to die, because that's the people who like downloaded the game day one, checked
Yeah.
it out, and they're like, no, this is fucking awful. I don't like the graphics. I don't like CG. I don't like
But it
whatever
also is going
else.
to include like at least 20 people who are so diehard that they're never going to leave and they're always going to spend money.
Exactly. And, as you said, all the content creators are in there as well. So if we leave, then we're
Fuck you, I'll just
in trouble.
cannibalize your audiences.
Yeah.
Just eat them
Well,
all up.
I got told off, like, from making, what was it? Someone commented today and they're like, "Why are you making content for this game? It's not even going to pick up traction. It has low ratings and it's from CG." And I'm like, I'm still getting plenty of views until, like, people don't want to see it, then I'll keep covering it. So
I
I'm
mean,
enjoying it.
as long
I'm
as you have
enjoying, maybe
fun.
it's like, that honeymoon period, but we'll see.
I mean, I was the same way with Tacticus, and then I'd like talk to a bunch of people.
Realized that
Just
you had
like,
to keep playing it.
yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
I love Tacticus, except for the fact that like every mission was like do like 5,000 bolter damage, and you had to go do it all manually. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this game so far, I'm enjoying it, and it seems like Wales aren't getting a insane advantage so far. But once the first legendary comes around, then that's going to change,
I was
obviously.
gonna say, I think that's just because the game doesn't like really exist yet. Oh my god, stupid
Yeah,
Witch
start
King.
farming Haradrim now.
Oh, I'm doing it, dude.
Since we recorded yesterday, I've actually started like farming them harder. So
That's like the only thing I'm farming. Like I'm literally like
yeah,
that's where all of my resources are going to go.
like obviously there's only 3 of them released so far, and like the marquees will probably be like 3-star unlock, and then you got to get the other 2 stars somehow. But we'll see.
We will see. All right, man. I heard you got to get out of here, so I'm gonna let you go. I
Yep.
appreciate you coming here. I will. Well, this video I can see our audio, so I'm just gonna pray to the Lord above and the cup below in the underground that there's audio here, and I'll link to the video that we did over on your channel in the description.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome.
Let's do this again. I mean, this was fun. I feel like
Yep.
this could be a recurring thing every week or something like that. Depends on if this game decides to shit its pants or anything like that, or become the
Yeah,
most
we'll see.
successful game of
Hopefully,
all
like
time.
we get like a road ahead sometime soon, so we
Oh
can.
man, don't ever say those words ever again. Those never go well. I'm still waiting for my fleet shard or my fleet squad tab or
Your
whatever the fuck.
Leviathan to come around
Oh dude, I'm
one day.
I'm itching, man. I just relicked like 7 characters today preparing for it, and I think they're all the wrong characters. But we won't talk about this because this is about HOM-E, baby. All right, I'm not gonna do an outro because I'm incredibly fucking tired. So good night, everyone. Bye bye.